てしなく続く道諦めずに怖がらずに前を向いて進んでいこう大きな愛の中で育てられているのだから祈られて支えられて生きているのだから諦めずに怖がらずに前を向いて進んでいこう大きな愛の中で育てられているのだから祈られて支えられて生きているのだから不安だらけの自分が初めて出会う者たち喜びと戸惑いが心の中で渦巻くそんなちっぽけな自分がいつか見つけるのは光り輝く
Okay. Ooh. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. For those of you who are in person, as well as those of you joining us online in cyber vision, I think that's what it's called, cyber world. Thank you very much for joining us for Ikigami ceremony. Um, we know that Reverend Amatsuko and Kiyoshi wish they could be here, but unfortunately, they couldn't. They're actually in New Jersey at the moment. So we ask that you please keep them in your hearts. Well, we conduct today's service in honor of Ikigami Konkō Daijin-sama, uh, the founder of Konkō. So without any further ado, we'll begin today's service. 指導拝礼 for sincere claps. 天津のりと川の原にかむずまります。かむろみかむろみのみこともちてすめみおやかむいざなぎのみことつくしのひゅうがの立花のおどのあわぎはらにいそぎはらいたまうときにあれませる払えこのおかみたちもろもろのあがごとつにげがれを払いたまい広めたまえと申すことのよしをあまず神国ず神やおよろずの神たち共にやめの口ごまの耳振り立てていこしめせとかしごみかしごみももする。 Each and every one of your diseases and discomforts, pain and suffering, mental and psychological impairments, and all impurities and negativities be dispelled to the great and vast universe. Allow each and every one of us to be in the pure state of mind, as well as we are favored, blessed, and protected by your great energy and love. So, Kate, please bow your heads in prayer. つみて、ひがみ金光大臣の女へに間を咲く。まより、ひがみ金光大臣五大祭を取り行わんとす。教祖金光大臣をはじめ、歴代金光様、金光教神戸教会、姫路教会、福崎親教会、ポートランド教会、各教会、主来教会長、歴代教会長の恩福をすがり申し、今日の御祭り使え祭らんとす。これあげ行わん、礼儀記憶5日に、転み祭る信奉者もろもろ、この者も身を正し、心新たにただかしめたまえと、半取り付きコインネギ立て祭りで、貸し込みも回す。Ikigami Konkō Daijin, I seek your Toritsugi for today's service. Today, we conduct the autumn grand ceremony dedicated to Ikigami Konkō Daijin-sama. As someone without virtue, I seek to receive and cling to the virtue of Konkō Daijin, the succeeding Konkō-samas, as well as the founding, past, and present head ministers of the Konkō churches of Kobe, Himeji, Fukuzaki, and Portland for today's service. Today, the believers and I come together with our hearts, bodies, and minds, fresh, purified, and ready for today's service. Thank you. Kensen Gyoji, the ritual of offering. We're given blessings divine. Then a world opened before you, revealing the truth that Kami needs us as we need Kami. You accepted Kami's wish to give your life to mediation. Thus, the way of mediation of Ikigami Konkō Daijin was born. Countless numbers were saved, people's burdens were lifted, and Kami too was fulfilled. Divine will was thus revealed. Kami thanked and praised you, Konkō Daijin. Years passed and the world changed. Hardships came one after another. But you were steadfast in your faith and followed Kami without question. Finally, it was revealed, the name of Tenchi Kane no Kami. And Tenchi Kane no Kami said, I send Ikigami Konkō Daijin to bestow divine blessings and teach those who pray that Kami needs humanity as humanity needs Kami. With this great truth, Kami will flourish and prosperity be assured from generation to generation. You, our founder, served in mediation day and night, urging those who sought you to practice faith, receive blessings, and become one with Kami. You devoted yourself to fulfilling Kami's wish that everyone be saved and become a Kami. Kami praised you, Konkō Daijin, for saving Kami and humanity. You completed the 100 days devotion and left this physical world on the day Kami said would be Konkō Daijin Day. Humbly, we give thanks to you for the way of mediation that has been handed down from generation to generation. Through your disciples and theirs in turn, the way has spread far and wide. We are given wondrous blessings and filled with endless divine favor. We reflect on your life with love, reverently praise your great virtue. So, okay, please bow your heads in prayer. わまくも、ことあげ祭るも尊き、天地金の大広前、木上金剛大臣の内に、金剛教ビッタローセル教会長、川教師の代わりで、かしこみも魔王作。On this November 6, 2022, the Konkō Church of Whittier-Hill Worship Hall, we, your beloved children, offer our hearts of appreciation for the fall for allowing us to hold the Ikigami Konkō Daijin grand ceremony. Ikigami Konkō Daijin-sama, you were born the second son of Juhen Shimo Kandori. Even as a child, you were deeply spiritual and religious. You were respectful to various kamis and Buddhas. You were later adopted by Kunejiro and Iwakawate. Albeit you left your home in the Urami village, you frequently visited your birth parents, never forgetting your roots. From the age of 23, you experienced many hardships in your life, such as the passing of family members. You ended up making 7 graves. At the age of 42, you experienced a near-death experience, but were saved through your sincere and conscientious faith in Kami. Each experience allowed you to live a life of sincerity, which in turn gave you the opportunity to meet and deepen your relationship with Parent Kami. Your practice of faith, you taught the world how to live a life in which Kami and humanity support one another. On November 15, 1859, you accepted the divine directive, or Rikkyo Shinden, that said, quote, there are many like yourself who have sincere faith in Kami, but are still suffering. Help them by performing Toritsugi. End quote. With these 2 simple sentences, Parent Kami placed all hope in you. You had a choice to make at this pivotal point in your life, and you chose to stop farming and dedicate your entire life to serving Kami by turning your home into a worship hall and performing Toritsugi, even at the disapproval and displeasure of those around you. You prayed for each person who came seeking Toritsugi. Then you shared Kami's heart and teachings for them. You taught them to live the teachings, as in the teaching from the 3rd Bodhikai, quote, just listening to the teachings is not enough. You should develop faith within yourself, end quote. Those who listened to your words and practiced faith soon began to help others by performing Toritsugi in their own homes. In this manner, the way of Toritsugi was opened and spread within and outside of Japan. Due to your sincere and conscientious faith in Kami, on September of 1868, you received the highest divine name, Ikigami Konkō Daijin. On October 10, 1873, Kami-sama made it clear that you were sent to this world to serve in Tenchi Kane no Kami's place in order to save those suffering. As the world around you became increasingly severe, you began accepting each hardship as a lesson from Parent Kami. By accepting everything as a working of Kami, our universal parent supported you in your faith practice. You developed and modeled a relationship where Parent Kami depended on you, and you were dependent on Kami. This is known as Aiyo Kakyo. On September 21st, 1883, Kami-sama revealed, for the sake of all people and for the beloved children with a prayer, I will take you from this world where you will have no more limitations and will be able to save people throughout the world through Toritsugi. This is for the eternal legacy of Konkō Daijin, end quote. On October 10, 1883, you passed away, and that day has been called Konkō Daijin Day. Ikigami Konkō Daijin-sama, you sacrificed greatly while you were living in order to show us the beauty in having a relationship with Kami. You created the pathway to happiness for each of us. Your sacrifice allowed us to be responsible for our mistakes, our meguri, sins, while at the same time opening up a way for Tenchi Kane no Kami and humanity to become closer and receive Kami's favor. Ikigami Konkō Daijin-sama, you made a promise to all of us, quote, although my form may not be seen, I will go wherever I am asked to help the people, end quote. We know that whether we are near a church or not, all we need to do is call out your name, and you promised us you will be there. By merely calling your name or saying Konkō-sama,
you come and aid, guide, and support us. We offer our hearts of love and appreciation to you, Ikigami Konkō Daijin, for this, the most sacred of promises, and for accepting the divine directive. Today, we come together to celebrate and honor you. We offer our hearts of love and appreciation for you, for whom without there would be no Konkō-kyo. It is through your sincerity and gentle nature that you followed Tenchi Kanokami without question, and you became the source of teachings. As your precious children, we will do our best to renew ourselves, continue our practice of faith, live a kami-centered life, and live a life of sincerity so we too can help others and become a kami. We give thanks for the successive Konkō-samas who have continued Ikigami Konkō Daijin's Toritsuki for 6 generations. We pray that we will realize the favor and blessings we have in our lives. We will do our best to share this faith with others. By doing this, we are helping them. Help us to understand the irreverences we have made in the past. We ask that you receive our apologies as we learn to reflect upon ourselves. Please help us to clear a way of meguri through practicing our individual faiths. Please allow us to utilize the lessons from our mistakes and provide us the strength to bettering ourselves and moving forward. Cleanse our bodies and minds through Toritsuki, where we can receive your words and talk to you for everything, including concerns, anger, and pains in our hearts. Kami-sama, please help us to keep unconditional love and compassion for all, especially with what has been occurring in our country and in the world. Please use us to make an impact, big or small, in our communities, cities, counties, and countries. Sadly, the hate crimes and senseless attacks on innocent beings due to their race, color of the skin, sexual orientation, nationality, gender identity, ethnicity, etc., continues in this world. There are wars continuing in various parts of the world as well. Please use us. Let us be the light to teach others about the power of love. We pray that the current economic and world situation improves to enable all of us to have a happy and stable life. We pray for an end to the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as the effectiveness of the present and new vaccines and medications that will help us create a new Tenchi, where we look after our brothers and sisters. Please provide us the courage and faith to overcome current and future hardships in our lives and to use these to strengthen our faith and relationship with you. Please continue allowing this Whittier-Rose Hills Church and its members to be loving, inclusive, and embracing of all people, as well as be wonderful examples of your unconditional love. Let the church continue to be filled with love and joy to help heal the hearts of those seeking to be saved. Fill the church, its ministers and members, with laughter and harmony to help increase the joy in the lives and souls of those who come into contact with the Whittier-Rose Hills Church, its ministers and members. Today, we use this opportunity to bring to fruition your desire for all of us to live the teachings, realize the blessings and favor in our lives, and practice our faith. Allow us to continue encouraging each other in the practice of faith, as well as share the teachings with others in order to help Parent Kami save people. As prayer comes to an end, we pray that the blessings and favor of today's service is granted and received by all here today, those who could not be with us. Me ke aloha punehana, mahalo anuie, our beloved Ikigami Konkō Daijin, Tenchi Kanokami. Now, please raise your heads. This time I'm going to ask Sumiko Sanchez to please offer the tamakushi on behalf of Reverends Kyoshin wa Kikuigawa. And I'm going to ask Catherine Sanchez to please offer this on behalf of the Lancaster Church, please. And Catherine, I'm going to ask you one more time to offer this on behalf of the Gakudokan. Finally, I'm going to ask Miss Miko Sanchez to please offer this tamakushi on behalf of all of you who are in-house and also joining us online. Please haide with her. Chido tomo ni haide. Please open your prayer book to page 6 for recitation of Tenchi Kakitsuke. Ikigami Konkō Daijin Tenchi Kane no Kami Isshin ni negae Kage wa waga kokoro ni ari Kongetsu konnichi de tanomei. Pray sincerely with all your heart. Be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within. Rest grateful and caring. Harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever. On this very day, pray. Chido haide for sincere claps. Chido haide for sincere claps. Please open your prayer books to page 11 for prayer to the departed souls. Spirits of those who have gone before us, you were given the gift of life in this vast and endless universe. You discharge your duties faithfully, each according to your span of years. You will be remembered eternally, your lives retold from generation to generation. Honored as the foundation of our society and the roots of our families. We revere you as the ancestral spirits of our homes, our own divine spirits. We beseech you, stand by us each and every one. Receive the favor of Kami, and help us to fulfill our tasks as people without failing. Protect us, guide us, enrich us, that we may never lose the way of faith, that we hand it down to all generations, that we may live in peace and prosperity in our homes. Protect us, guide us, enrich us. Chido Keide, please bow your heads in prayer. Wamaku mo kashikoki, ore no Whittier-Hill 教会のご霊殿につきまつる霊人様に Starting with the Kandori family, Konkō family, Ushio family, and Nakabayashi family, including the late Reverend Akinobu Konkō, I respectfully call upon the following families to join us today. Konkō Daijin sama no go ryōshin, birth parents of Konkō Daijin, Osonpu sama, father Juhei Kandori, Obodo sama, mother Shimo Kandori. Adoptive parents of Konkō Daijin, Kumejiro Kawate, Iwa Kawate. Kandori family, Kawate family, Shimoto family, Akazawa family. Kawakami family, Hideshima family, Otsubo family, Miyama family, Goto family, Takeda family, Tsuki family, Uzunoe family, Yukawa family, Igawa family, Kikikawa family, Saiki family, Matsumoto family, Tanaka family, Ofero family, Ivy family, Sanchez family, Landeros family, Whaley family, Fong family, Bing family, Ota family, Lim family, Ayabe family, Brown family, Klaus family, Fujimoto family, Furuya family, Matsui family, Miyagawa family, Moriwaki family, Karakawa family, Kitaka family, Nakayama family, Nishi family, Omura family, Tagami family, Taniguchi family, Tepnappa family, Umemoto family, Urata family, Yamamoto family, Yamauchi family, Yasutake family. Thank you all for watching, guiding, and protecting us in our daily lives. We also honor those passed in the month of November. Reverend Saizaburo Kobayashi, Reverend Wataru Kobayashi Michinori Aki Sakaushi no Mitama no Kami, 10 years. Reverend Kikoe Kodama Hime no Mitama no Kami, 25 years. James Hoshino, 15 years. Hironobu Katayama, Reverend Raymond Kennedy, Dr. Katsumi Miyai, Maya Emi Motoyama, Jack Yoshio Natsuhara, Ben Akira Nozawa, 20 years. Tsugio Omura, Misao Takasugi, George Yamamoto. Please receive the offerings placed before you as simple tokens of our appreciation, as well as our hearts and prayers of love, appreciation, and sincerity. Also, please join us next month as we conduct the end of the year service on the first Sunday of December. Please continue to watch over, guide, and protect all of us. Tamada suki kakete inorana yo no ya, ano miyoya no kami no chihai yo. Tamada suki kakete inorana yo no ya, oya no miyoya no kami no chihai yo. Now, please raise your heads. 一度共に入れ for sincere cut along with the head officiant. Please open your prayer books to page 14 for the ancestral prayer. Dear Mikama spirits, everlasting and integral part of the divine parent of the universe, we pray that the Mikama of our ancestors and family, as well as the Mikama of all people, are at eternal peace and happiness. To you who have gone before us, we give thanks wholeheartedly, paving the way through hardships and self-sacrifice, in order that we who are here today can receive all the benefits of your endeavors. To you, our ancestral spirits, we gratefully acknowledge the protection and guidance which you have bestowed upon us. We pray that you continue to protect and guide us throughout our daily lives. We pray that we realize and develop your divine virtue this and every day. Jiro Haide, 4 sincere claps. They can't see that. Instagram. Good morning. I don't know who's there. I can't even tell. So whoever's there, hi. Thank you for joining. I don't even know. I have to switch. Can you go over here and click? Just click. Take the mouse on my laptop and then go all the way to where it says comments. And maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll be able to see. Oh, we don't know. Try taking the my phone and it's pushed. Let's see. Oh, there's 3 people watching. Hi, 3 people watching. I don't know who you are, but nice to see you.
There's a good amount of people on here too.
I know. Hi, all of you on Instagram. Thank you for joining us for the Ikigami Konkō Daijin's grand ceremony here at the Whittier Church. You know, first of all, let me get something. I purposely did something. Yeah, this ceremony, I think it's one of the greatest and most important things about this ceremony is that we can never forget about the founder. Without the founder, we wouldn't be here today. None of us would be here. In fact, there would be no Reverend Whittier-Hill because there wouldn't have been a Konkō. It was at headquarters. I can't remember. Do you remember the story very well? Gosh, she told it to me a million times. Reverend Whittier-Hill said that her mother had gone to headquarters. She was trying to get pregnant. Upon doing mediation with the third Konkō-sama, correct me if I'm wrong, and she stayed over at the Yamauchi Obachan's house, and that's how she got pregnant somehow, some way. I don't know if it's immaculate conception or not, but I doubt it was immaculate conception. But we do know that, Wakiko-sensei's mother was trying to get pregnant, and she could not get pregnant. And it wasn't until after she had sought mediation with the third Konkō-sama that she was able to get pregnant. And we have Wakiko-sensei today.
if without Konkō-sama, we would not have a Miko Igawa, we wouldn't have a Miko Sanchez, and we wouldn't have a Catherine Sanchez. You know, Miss Banderos, you wouldn't have a Richard Sanchez. I wouldn't be here. I don't think I would have been a thought, because I think my parents may have been divorced, because it was through my aunt, who was a minister, who kind of kept my parents' marriage together. It was her who was able to keep the two of them together. So, you know, there's so much to be grateful for. We know that without this one critical piece, which is Kyoso-sama, which is Ikigami Konkō Daijin-sama, for many of us who practice this faith, we would be missing something. We would obviously not be here. You know, one of the things I really and truly respect about Kyoso-sama is the fact that he never acknowledged that he was, quote unquote, as everyone likes to call him, the founder. Because really, he didn't found anything. You know, it was just a natural progression of his life and his relationship with Kami-sama. And he never wanted a religious organization. However, in order for the teachings and everything to survive, an organization had to be built. And this was not built by him. It was built by his disciples who did this. However, I love the fact that Kyoso-sama always kept himself in check, knowing that at any time he could be dismissed by Kami-sama. And I wouldn't doubt that he had all different types of believers come to his okekai. You know, at every church, or whatever church that you go to, you have all these believers, or whoever comes. I remember at the Honolulu church, we used to have this homeless man come to church. I think there were two different ones, but they were both Black, and they both came at different times. And, you know, the members at that time at the Honolulu church would say, "Sensei, you have to kick him out of church. He stinks, he's whatever, you have to kick him out of church." No. But Yoshio Sensei, instead of kicking him out, he grabbed that man's hand and he prayed with him. And he just prayed. And even though Yoshio Sensei spoke Japanese and this homeless person spoke only English, somehow their hearts connected. Yoshio Sensei, instead of sending him away, embraced this person. And I love that. I really appreciate that about Yoshio Sensei. He set an example for not just myself, but for everyone, that we need to keep ourselves in check. You know, I went to this self-development workshop, a 1-week workshop in Northern California once. And in my group, there was only one female in our group. And I looked at her like, and I'm going to be honest, the first thing that came to my mind was, she has fake boobs. She has fake boobs, was the first thing that came into my mind. And sure enough, you know, but I didn't know what her profession was, but I didn't care. She was a lovely, lovely woman until when we got to her, we had to go around in circles finally and introduce ourselves. And our occupation. She says, "Oh, I live in Las Vegas and I'm a stripper." And right there, I judged her. I threw this judgment right on her. "You're a bad person. Why would you do that? Why would you do such a good job?" And you know, this was over, God knows, I can't remember how long ago, but in that 1 week I was with her, she was the funniest, nicest, down to earth, someone with amazing morals, someone who gave of her salary to organizations she believed in. Her family had a history of breast cancer, and she donated generously to these organizations. She was just a phenomenal human being, and she literally said, "I love my job. I love it." Her background was in dance, but she goes, "I wasn't into ballet. I wasn't into this, but that background allowed me to do what I do very well." You know, after leaving there, we had to all talk to each other. So we were in a circle. The last day, we were all in a circle, and we had to admit one truth. There's something to that person, to each other. So we're walking around. There's an outer circle, there's an inner circle. We're just kind of doing that. And so when it got to her, I said, I don't know what I'm going to say. I'll just say, I thought she was a nice person. And there's a person who's watching us from the organization. And that person said, "You're lying. Tell her the truth now." And I said, "I'm sorry. The first time I saw you, I judged you. I placed judgment on you because of your occupation." And, you know, we hugged, and she said, "People always do. They just don't know who I am."
They don't know that this is a profession I love and I enjoy. But she was the first one who really made me realize I had to check myself. Because I wasn't checking myself. I wasn't checking my own biases. And this is what makes Konkō pretty interesting. Last year, there was an article in the, it's the Research Institute's booklet, it's this white booklet. And I was so surprised. In the Kansai region, so Kansai region would be like the Osaka, Kyoto, Hyogo, those regions where Kobe is located. This is the Kansai region. There were red districts in those areas. And Konkō ministers purposely went out because they wanted to help those in that area. Knowing that there were prostitutes, knowing that there were people who were suffering, knowing that there were mama-sans or people who own businesses in those areas who were suffering, purposely went into those areas, kind of like going into a hell, in order to help those people. Those areas don't exist as red areas anymore, red districts anymore, but the fact that someone would not pass judgment on another person, and knowing that this is the type of people who reside or work in that area, to go in that area, I found this to be so amazing. And it reminded me of a story about Reverend Matsuyama. Reverend Matsuyama was the founding minister of the Konkō Church of Daijin in China. And there was a famous conversation where he said, he and some other ministers were asking, hey, where do you want to go to? Where do you want to go to? And he said, when it came to him, he said, I would like to go to hell. And everyone's like, why? Why do you want to go to hell? He says, I would like to create a church there to save those who are suffering down there. It's such a famous story, and it reminds me about passing judgment on people, knowing how broad the founder's heart was to envelop and allow and just embrace, I don't like the word accept, but to embrace every single person. This particular church, if you have not been here at this church before, let me share with you some stories. You weren't born, but I don't know if you were an I did, you're gonna have to ask her. But we would have parties here. Before this church was a church, before this altar was created, the altar was on that side. And Kaz would have these parties, huge parties. Let me tell you, people were sleeping outside by the pool. People would be like, you had to be careful where you walked over, because there was maybe people who could be sleeping on the stairs or on the couch or something. They were all over the place. But at these parties were people of all different backgrounds, all different genders, all different ethnic backgrounds, sexual orientation, couples. They were hilarious. And this is where I got to meet some of Kaz's best friends. And they were the kindest, nicest. And you know, Wakiko Sensei, Kyoshi Sensei just had a jolly holiday. I was here trying to learn. I can't keep up with names because there's a lot of people. I don't know if you remember any of those names.
I don't think I was here.
Oh no, you were when she rented out that thing out on the 60, that huge part where the driving car go-karts were. Your kids came with us. I had your two kids, and you weren't born yet. Sorry, so sorry. Catherine's here, but she wasn't born at that time. It was just Richard and Edward.
Golf and stuff?
Huh?
Golf and
Is that what it is? Yeah.
stuff?
Was it the 5?
Or
No, it's right by. It's in off the 60. It's gone now. It's
oh,
gone.
where the Reverend McDonald's used to be.
I think.
Now they're hometown for apartments. Oh, mini golf place.
But you know, that is the broadness of this Igawa family. They just love and just accept it, and they just not accept. I'm going to take that word out. That's a bad word. They just embraced everyone who walked into these doors, and that was something that had a huge impact on me as well. You know, it had a huge impact where I now have friends from all over the place. Now that I live in San Diego, I have students who come from all over, especially because it's a military town. their parents are from all over the place. They're mixed, biracial, multiracial of students. I have a lot of kids who've come over from Tijuana or other parts of Mexico to get an education here in the United States. It's just amazing just how much this church has taught me about embracing people. Now, they may have taught me this. Doesn't mean I was fully able to embrace it until I think there's things that had to happen in my life. And so today, I wanted to share with you a passage that kind of struck me. We're reading, as we shared, we were reciting the In Praise of Konkō Daijin. And I wanted to read something that really struck me. I thought, I'm going to include this into the sermon. It says, and finally it was revealed the name of Tenchi Kano Kami. And Tenchi Kano no Kami said, I sent Ikigami Konkō Daijin to bestow divine blessings and teach those who pray that Kami needs humanity and humanity needs Kami. With this great truth, Kami will flourish and prosperity be assured from generation to generation. This hit me as I read this because it doesn't say, I send Ikigami Konkō Daijin to bestow divine blessings to only Japanese people or Latino people, or to people who are 5'6", 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", white skin, blue skin, purple skin, black skin. It doesn't even say people who practice Konkō-kyo. It doesn't say that. It does not say that in here. And when I reflect on the actual Japanese itself, it does not say Konkō-kyo because there was no such thing as Konkō-kyo in the founder's time. That was something after the founder passed that was created. So to bestow these divine blessings, to teach those who pray that Kami, in other words, regardless of what your background is, who you are, regardless if you're a billionaire, which I one day aspire to be, who knows, whether you're an accountant or a teacher, or you work with homeless people, or you're homeless yourself, Kami wants a relationship with you. And Kami is not going to discriminate against you. The only time, according to Wakiko Sensei, that Kami-sama discriminates is based off of your virtue, your toku that you have. In that case, Kami-sama will begin that process of discrimination. Now, how? She didn't continue that story. I don't know if it's too late to ask her. but Kami-sama wants a relationship with us. And that's my saving grace in my everyday life. It truly is. I'm biracial. I'm on the chubbier side. Well, wait, let me take that back. I'm a little more difficult to kidnap. I belong to the LGBTQI community, and yet Kami-sama hasn't said, I don't want you. I don't need a relationship with you. Instead, Kami-sama has wanted a relationship with me for such a long time. And so today I ask you to remember this one particular phrase. I send Ikigami Konkō Daijin to bestow divine blessings and teach those who pray that Kami needs humanity and humanity needs Kami. In other words, Kami-sama wants a relationship with us. And it doesn't matter if you're 1 year old or 100-year-old or 75 years old like Kyoshi might be. I'm not really sure how old Kyoshi is, but we'll just assume he's 75. Kami-sama doesn't care if you're biracial, you're Japanese, you're Latino. I have a believer who lives in Mexico and he's 100% Mexican. It doesn't matter the color of your skin, if it's purple, black, blue, or orange. Kami-sama wants to have this relationship with you. Kami-sama is not going to discriminate. Instead, Kami-sama is going to embrace you when you begin that process of having a conversation with Kami. And so with that, I want to thank all of you for attending today's service. Our next service will be on the first Sunday of next month, only because next month is a very crazy month. Not just for myself, but also for my church as well. So it's kind of a crazy month. So it'll be the first Sunday. I don't remember what Sunday that is. But if you didn't get the email, please let me know through the chat, and I will make sure that you get an email of the upcoming services for next month. But until then, thank you very much for attending our grand ceremony. I pray that you will create that relationship and deepen and strengthen that relationship with Kami-sama. Until next month, ahuyo. Oh wait, do you guys want to say bye too?
Bye.
Catherine says bye. Ahuyo. I don't know who's watching. There's 3 people. Are you watching, Catherine?
No, but we got a message from Bob Johnson that some of the first 9 items are in the wrong spot.
Oh,
That's nice.
that's nice.
Oh, how does she recognize that? Maybe she should recognize the fact that this is still happening. The church is